Welcome, one and all, once again to the internet's best apostrophe wrestling show. We're excited to welcome you back to another exciting episode of Ahhw F. Isn't that right, Christopher?
Yep, that W sure is the correct part of that sentence. That's where you put the emphasis on that one. Yes, that's right? You wanted me to confirm those two letters?
Yes. I also just wanted you to confirm that you are also excited
Man, when am I ever
for
not
tonight's
excited?
festivities.
When am I ever not excited about things in general, but especially this?
That is a good point. It is always exciting here when we are AHHWF. It is time here. We will cut and show you the fans. They're going wild here at the elementary school gymatorium in Dallas, Texas.
Long trip this time. We got in at 4 a.m. A little jet lagged bed. You know, the hotel didn't have the best movie selection. But, oh, whoa.
Oops. Speaking of not best movie selections, there's not a lot of great selections for movies starring Samus Aran, right?
No, in fact, I think there's zero of it.
Well.
But maybe that'll change now that she's our AHWF Women's Champion.
Yeah, new champion, Samus Aran, making an appearance here on AHHWF. The first time we've seen them since they won the belt from Judy Hopps, who held the belt since September, I believe. Like it's been a pretty long reign, so this is the first time that belt's changed hands in quite some time, and Samus, I guess, coming out here to address that very fact.
Yeah, I'll be curious to hear what the new champ has to say. You know, it's always interesting when you get very used to someone holding a title, but it kind of seems like the division kind of follows their lead, and you know, everything looks a little different when there's someone else holding that belt. You know, the attitude of the division might change a little bit. The attitude of the company as a whole sometimes can change. Like when Mr. Clean was the men's champion, we had to change a lot around here. You know, the look of the arena, the cleanliness of the arena, the title belt itself. Now, I'm not saying Samus is going to do any of that because Samus is like a no good, rotten person.
Well, yeah.
Is. But,
Samus is an upstanding member of our AHHWF.
Yes, but you know, could be leading the division with a slightly different style than Judy Hopps. So I'll be interested to see what she's going to say to our lovely fans in their first time addressing them as champion. Looking happy. Point to the audience here in the gymatorium.
Chris, I gotta ask you.
Yeah.
What is Samus coming out here to say?
Well, Samus,
I have trouble hearing sometimes.
Samus is saying that you know, she's happy to be out here in her first appearance since winning the title. She's had a week, well, 2 weeks now to think things over, and you know, that was a hell of a match with Judy Hopps, and she was glad that all of us got to see it and witness her big moment. But well, Judy Hopps just coming right out. Time to.
Yeah, you know, her ears were burning. She heard someone talking about her. She's like, it's time to come out and join in on the fun, I guess.
Yeah, well, Ben, kind of quick for someone to just jump in when the champion's speaking. Maybe
well,
not.
I'm sure that, you know, Samus and Judy, you know, they have a long history together. Samus is not going to get mad at Judy for just like interrupting like
So it's
this.
like when I interrupt you in the chat room. It's like it's all good.
It's all it's all in fun and games.
These two were in a band in 6th grade too.
Exactly.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Judy got me a microphone of her own. Microphone Bill is great with slipping those into the corners before promo segments.
Very proud of Microphone Bill.
And Judy saying, hey, you know, sorry to cut you off, but I just wanted to make sure that I was the first to publicly on the show congratulate you for winning the title. You know, obviously it's never fun for a champion to lose their belt, but if I had to lose to anybody, I'm happy it was you. I knew I was right giving you that shot to begin with.
And I wonder, Samus though, you know, the crowd giving a "We're Not Worthy" chant for Judy, and you got to wonder, Samus the champ.
Yeah.
How are you taking that?
Well, Samus actually commenting on that very thing, saying, like, I'm actually glad you're here because this like illustrates the point. Like, you're a great competitor, and I'm happy everyone loves you so much. But you know, it kind of honestly it stung to win the championship and have the commentary team and the fans in the chat only talking about how sad they were that it wasn't you anymore.
Judy looking shocked at this statement.
Yeah, those big eyes, bewildered. Judy saying like, okay, like I understand how that might make you feel, Samus, but like I want to reassure you right here now that like you are a worthy champion. We all love you here, and we're all happy for you. And you know, if anything, I just you know, I'm happy I made an impact, and I know you're gonna make the same impact yourself.
And Sam is taking time to think about this.
Yeah, slowly raise the microphone.
Yeah, responding with, well, then why last week when I was the AHHWF Women's Champion did all anybody talk about was you and Charlize Theron and Shigo? Why am I the champion and I'm the one who's getting fourth bill in this whole thing? You know, like, and it's, I mean, obviously some anger here, some maybe like resentment towards the popularity of some of the other wrestlers in the division.
Yeah, Samus got a look in her eye, Ben, that, Judy there, you see that? Judy was speechless. Judy didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
Samus continuing is like, I know if when you beat X23, you had like a whole party, everyone was super stoked. But for me, like, 3 people are already ruining my moment. And Samus been just kind of dropping the mic and leaving.
Well, Sam is apparently not happy with the way things have been going here at AHHWF. Judy trying to, you know, talk her friend down, but it seems that maybe some words have been said that can't be taken back, you know?
Yeah, I think things might be different between the two of them for the time being.
Well, coming up next here, this is actually a recent development. Mr. Satan, known as Hercule in some circles, has come out and, you know, said that, you know, well, I think you could probably say it better than I can.
Well, Hercule has come out and said, Todd Howard, this is wrong. And he's just like that. And he's, you know, he's right, Ben. This whole situation, it is wrong.
Yeah.
Unequivocally, unequivocally wrong. And Mr. Satan is a fighter for justice, a fighter for truth, and a fighter for the Japanese way. And he's out here to attempt to put an early stop to Todd Howard's campaign with Skyrim 16, the latest console, if you will, to put it kind of callously, to host the popular video game Skyrim.
Yeah, well, and I mean, I hope that Mr. Satan can send a message to Todd Howard. I don't know how likely it is, but I'm certainly going to be rooting him on.
Now, Ben, what are you implying when you say that?
Well, you know, it's just...
No, go ahead, say it.
Mr. Satan is a well-trained competitor. Doesn't necessarily have the best track record here in AHHWF, if you know what I'm saying. Like, really doesn't get dubs, I believe is what the kids say.
Well, Funimation gave him the only dub he'll ever need, Ben.
Well, that's a completely different show. This is AHHWF.
And there's Skyrim 16 with his manager Toddy, as he's apparently being called in these circles now. You know, Ben, sometimes people need to be stopped from giving themselves nicknames, much like some people need to be stopped from giving themselves open, bare-chested dusters with, what is on the back of that? A dragon? Did you see it? And big brood necklaces and sunglasses and like spray tans on their faces. Basically, Todd Howard has no real friends, and I can prove it.
Well, obviously, he had to create his own friend here in Skyrim 16.
Absolutely. But a powerful friend indeed that he created. But will he be powerful enough to take on the champ himself, Mr. Satan? And I say that in a way that I don't want you to misconstrue. He has no titles here. He's probably never even smelled a championship here. But, you know, he's the champ of our hearts.
I actually heard that that he asked Al once if he could hold the championship, and Al said, yeah, I guess. And he took a real long inhale, basically just so that you couldn't say that.
Well, see, that's the heart of a champion. You know, you take your doubters and you make them regret it. Which is hopefully what's going to happen here tonight. Because, Ben, maybe Mr. Satan's plan here is to deliver a dynamite kick so powerful that it, like, jogs the Skyrim programming right out of 16 and returns it to normal.
I mean, that's one way to try and change the situation.
it seems like a Hercule strategy. Like, it's not what I would bank on. I don't think computers work that way, but I feel like that's what he might think.
Well, we're gonna find out right now here. First match of the night, AHHWF.
Those jabs, those Megaton punches from Mr. Satan, but he's already on the ropes and out of the ring. Skyrim 16, like most people and androids, does not respond well to being punched in the face.
Yeah, you know, that is really a thing that really brings a lot of people together. You know, that's a lot of times I do a lot of conflict, you know, mediating in the back.
Yeah.
And I bring that up a lot to the other wrestlers. You know, when they have trouble settling an argument, I go, you know what? At least we all hate getting punched in the face.
Yeah, you know.
And they go, you know what? That is right.
And it's just a miracle that we don't have Dean Ambrose on the roster to dispute that. Mr. Satan, odd strategy, but I like it. Applying a headlock on the floor where it can do absolutely nothing, but he's kind of punking out 16 a little bit. To be able to hold a giant android by the head for that long, you know, that sends a message of its own. You're not going to get a submission victory, and you might get counted out doing it, but hey, I didn't think he could hold a headlock on him for that long. I
mean, it's certainly one way to send a message.
Others include the U.S. Postal Service.
AOL.com.
SMS text messaging. But Hercule's wishing he had sent it as just a text because he's gotten bowled over by multiple big shoulder tackles. And Ben, what is this?
Ooh.
A springboard flying forearm from Skyrim 16. I did not know that big man could move that way.
Yeah, that is a large game. I mean, we're talking about, you know, 40, 50 gigabytes.
Yeah.
You know, so that's hard to do that kind of springboard maneuvering when you got that loaded into your system.
Yeah, that's a lot of RAM to be flying off those ropes. Big belly-to-belly suplex from Skyrim 16 after that tackle in the corner. Oh no. Ben, he's looking to put Hercule away, making him regret this challenge.
Ooh.
Big punch. Unleashing that rocket fist.
And we're going to get a count here.
Eventually. Brian figures out where he is.
Brian
Wow.
taking his time to get to the count might have saved Hercule for that moment.
Yeah, much like Todd Howard saved us from himself by putting on that t-shirt.
Well, he wants to take the duster off, but then he gets a little chilly. So that's why he puts the t-shirt back on.
And Skyrim 16 just put the beating back on with that giant chokeslam to Satan. And despite the pleas in the chat for Let's Go Satan, Earth's Savior was defeated by this monster.
And Skyrim 16 gained the W without even having to do it.
Here is your winner, Andre Sexton.
Anything else other than those big mitts it is. Skyrim 16 yelling at the fans there before posing and doing bring it on gestures. You gotta think he's yelling something about storm cloaks like he always is.
Gotta say, I do like Skyrim 16's music though.
Yeah, you know.
And Todd Howard putting in a petition to address the crowd here tonight after this match.
Great. We just had to watch him come out as Toddy and support his creation in its victory tonight. Now we got to withstand him gloating about it. It's one thing to witness what he's done. It's another to witness him being successful in the ring, and it's entirely another thing to have to hear him talk about it.
Yeah, and you know, I'll be interested to see if he addresses the crowd in the duster or the t-shirt.
Yeah, place your bets in the chat. Hashtag duster or hashtag t-shirt. We're gonna find out.
Make your voices heard.
Yeah, get on our ticker. Ben, is it true that Todd Howard got kids?
I would assume so.
Not usually is. Some people.
Well, I mean, I guess. I mean, if he came and told me like, hey, I don't have kids, I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, and I won't say that again. But I would just assume that a man walking around in a shirt that says I got kids.
Ben,
it would be odd for a t-shirt to lie, is all I'm saying.
But Ben, it's not the t-shirt that would be lying, it would be the wearer. The lie is the lie is on the chest of the beholder, Ben.
And
Todd Howard,
the t-shirt in this situation.
Yes, Todd Howard cannot be trusted as far as anyone could throw him. And Todd Howard, unfortunately reminding us all that we just witnessed the pure might of his greatest creation yet, Skyrim 16. And he said everyone told him it wouldn't work. Everyone at Bethesda told him he was crazy for trying to port a video game to an android, a living, breathing, mechanical entity. But he proved them all wrong yet again, and he didn't even need a Keegan-Michael Key cameo to do it. He's saying the time for those jokes is over. I'm gonna support Skyrim to each and every one of you by the end of this calendar year. I'm on a roll. Skyrim 16 is by my side. I can't be stopped. My game will take over this planet.
That's a shocking announcement that Todd Howard has apparently developed the ability to port Skyrim to non-mechanical things as well, apparently.
Well, yeah, no, this is terrifying, Ben. It's like the black hole news, but instead of like exciting and good for us, it's terrifying and bad for us. None of us are safe now. Let alone the handful of Android members of our roster. Now, all those people in that gymatorium are at risk. You know, we got a triple security. We already had to double it after Manbear Pig ate some of them, but now we have to triple it. Ben, how many more times can we multiply the security in this joint?
You know, I don't know. All I'm hoping is that Jordan Peele calls cut, you know, and then we get out of this episode of The Twilight Zone where Todd Howard's taken over everything with Skyrim. I mean, it's just, I don't know what to think. And hopefully, we're going to hear from Android 17 here. Android 17, of course, longtime friend of formerly Android 16, now Skyrim 16. You know, took a lot of offense to what Todd Howard did to his former friend.
Yeah, well, you know, some would say that they're brothers, Ben, and when you take someone's brother and you take over their consciousness with a video game, most people are going to be a tad bit offended.
How would you feel if your brother was taken over by a video game?
He already was once, Ben. I lived through that era.
Good point.
Halo 3 was a madhouse. And speaking of Madhouse 17 coming in to set this straight with Todd Howard, saying, look, I get what you're doing. You're coming out here and showing how big and bad your machine is. But that was our machine first. It was a person. And I know you have no conscience, Todd Howard, so it might be wasting time to try to get through to you. What you're doing is sick. And you're a sick individual. And I will commit the rest of my life to stopping you. Todd Howard getting in Android 17's face saying, look, there's really not a lot that you can do to stop me. But if you want to negotiate, you can't beat me by force, but if you wanted to negotiate 17, you already know there's one thing in particular that I've always wanted that I have yet to get. And that's to port Skyrim to you.
Oh my god.
This man has not been satisfied with what he's already done, Ben. He got 16 and he's still pining after 17?
Well, you know, I mean, he needs the sequel, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess that's true. He has 16 and he needs the follow-up. Because this man will never stop with Elder Scrolls sequels.
But Android 17 very upset about it, saying that, you know, you stand for the corporation, Todd Howard. All you care about is the bottom line. But I, here, am the people's Android, and I'm going to make sure that your reign of terror comes to an end.
Todd Howard's saying, look, if you face me in a match at the big show and you win, I will free Android 16. But if you lose, I'll port you too. Ben, that's a large offer that 17's gonna have to consider here. And there, considerate he is. But
Always
he says,
think about that.
yeah, but he's agreeing. Look at him step up to Todd Howard saying, all right, you're on. I already beat you once. That's the whole reason I'm standing here with my autonomy now and why I'm not already part of your Skyrim army. I beat you before, and I'm going to need you to remember that. So you know what? The big show, this match, it's on. Let's go.
So there you have it, Chris. At the big show, we're going to have Todd Howard versus Android 17. Or, I'm sorry, wait.
Todd Howard, Ben, is adding a stipulation like a little snake he is, saying, great, thanks for agreeing, but oh, by the way, 16's in the match too.
So
he goaded 17 into agreeing to, quote, a match with him, but did not give the full statement before Android 17 agreed that it's a handicap match at the big show.
So Android 17 finds himself in a 2-on-1 situation at the big show. Android 17 is going to have to take on both his brother and Todd Howard to free his brother. If he loses in this situation, he will become Skyrim 17.
Ben, I don't know how I'm going to take it if we lose another one of our androids to Skyrim, to Todd Howard. And Ben, we just saw a demonstration of how powerful Todd Howard's monster is. Skyrim 16 demolished Hercule. Hercule barely got a punch in. And we haven't seen 17, the machine that retired The Undertaker, fight 16, but you gotta imagine, you know, it's Hercule's one thing, but we also saw at the Rumble Pack, Skyrim 16 eliminated several people. He had one of the highest eliminations of that match. I gotta wonder, that's already, if we just said it'd be Skyrim 16 versus Android 17 at the big show, I would already be questioning 17's chances and fearing for their health. But with Todd Howard there as well, to sneak attack and to run tag team offense with Skyrim 16, Ben, I don't know how this is gonna go. Todd Howard might add yet another Skyrim to his stable.
Well, as we, you know, we come back here, we get things under control. You know, I just, I don't know, like, what do you, does Android 17 stand a chance in this match here?
I don't know, Ben. I guess that remains to be seen. You know, of all the people that you wouldn't want to root against, 17 is up there. You know, defeated The Undertaker in quick fashion, retired the Dead Man. So normally that counts for a lot in terms of estimating their chances in a wrestling match. But Ben, I don't know. The odds are stacked against him.
Well,
the emotional toll as well, having to fight your brother. Undertaker himself spent weeks saying he would not fight his brother at WrestleMania 14. You know, that was something that even the Undertaker didn't want to face emotionally. So Android 17 having to deal with that on top of Todd Howard and the pure stakes, Ben. Having to fight to keep yourself as you know it alive.
And lest we forget, Undertaker also didn't have what it took to deal with the toll of taking on Android 17 in the ring.
No.
So, you know, there is that as well.
Yeah.
Now, Chris, what do we have coming up next here?
Well, we, I believe, Goku's got some plans about. Oh wait, Ben, something's happening. What? I'm getting word something's going on in the back. Ben, what is with our roster not being able to keep these fights in the ring? Wario and the Big Dog exchanging blows back and forth after the Big Dog beat Wario last week in non-title action. Wario confronting him backstage and throwing a big forearm, and now a wheelbarrow stunner. A strange move to execute in the hallway, but Wario's a strange cat.
Yeah, I mean, that's like we talked about last week. Tensions are high on the road to the big show, and you know, everybody's looking to send a message. And Wario apparently, you know, not happy with the way things went last week. You know,
no.
To send a message here.
Yeah, Wario not known for being a good loser. Although actually, Ben, we've only seen Wario lose twice. This is only Wario's second loss. And you know what? If the first one he was able to shake off and let go, it looks like this one he was not able to. You know, losses starts to feel like a pattern. And I think Wario's trying to break that pattern right now, just as he tries to break the Big Dog's canine jaw with that jawbreaker on the floor. Big Dog catching that kick, delivering one of his own to the leg of Wario. The hardcore champion, though, lobbing the Big Dog by the collar. I almost asked Ben who you got, but you know, this isn't a sanctioned match. We shouldn't treat it as such. This is an unfair attack going on in the hallowed halls of the elementary school.
Yeah, and that's all these moves, everything that's happening right now hurts so much more. We're talking about hard concrete surfaces, metal, you know, just this is not what you want to have happen. And you know, we try to keep all the action in the ring, but sometimes, you know, things get out of hand in the back. And we just, we have security that often doesn't want to, you know, get involved in these things. And we have some incredible, talented wrestlers. Ooh, dropping the head, ramming it against the,
What is Wario doing? Jumping up on that crate. Summoning the Big Dog to his feet. What? Ben, the innovative offense. That was, he jumped and delivered double knees to the top of the Big Dog's head. The pure height, Wario trying to shake himself off because that was, even delivering that was kind of a big feat.
What a giant headbutt.
Big headbutt, and Wario leaving Big Dog motionless on the ground. Ben, Big Dog looks incapacitated. Dean Ambrose there in the back, violating what I said about him not being here. So he doesn't mind being punched in the face, but Big Dog just took a headbutt to the face, and Ben is not moving.
Yeah, well, I don't know. We're gonna have to figure out some stuff with Wario. This kind of thing is not acceptable. And actually, you know, kind of ironically, the next match coming up here is Goku taking on the leader of the Turtles, Leonardo. It's kind of like a, hey, like, what the hell? Why'd you sick your guys on me last week? You know, they had a backstage brawl the week previous. And so I think Goku looking to get a little retribution here tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. Goku, if you don't remember, you weren't with us last week. Goku was attacked by Raphael in the hallway, much like we just saw with Wario and the Big Dog. Although Goku, in this case, was actually victorious over his would-be attacker. And now, yeah, looking to not just let that fight go after he won it, but to go right to the source and to say, look, I got your message. I want to speak to your leader. And so Goku taking on Leonardo the way that he wants to in one-on-one combat. One half of the tag team champions, but choosing not to get Vegeta involved here tonight, wanting to take on the Turtles and stand up for himself alone.
Yeah, well, and I would, for most people, I would say that's a foolish decision, but Goku, you know, is one of the best wrestlers we have here in the company.
Absolutely. But as usual, you can never discount an Eldritch God. We will see how this plays out here tonight. Because you know that Leonardo, regardless of intentions about why he sent Raphael after Goku, you know no conversation is going to be happening right now. These two are just going to slug it out, and we might get answers
Making
later.
his way to the ring from out of this world, weighing in at 220 pounds, one half of the non-stop tag team Grand Prix Gold Q.
That's right. That is one half of the Movie Club Tag Team Champions. The half of Gogeta, Goku, making his way into the ring right now. Getting some cheers from the AHHWF universe.
Yeah, you know him. You love him. The Super Saiyan God himself. Looking to well establish that, look, I'm a champion now, and if you want a match with the champ, you know, all you gotta do is ask. You don't gotta show up backstage while I'm trying to go to catering and eat my piles and piles of rice like I do. And speaking of piles of rice, Ben, that's what Goku might get punched out of his very stomach tonight, facing off against the leader of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Leonardo himself. Ben, have you ever seen Leonardo come out on his own? This music and this purple
From
ball.
New York, weighing in at 225 pounds.
Yeah, it's
Leonardo.
it's interesting that the Turtles, you know, as a separate entity, like when they come out as individuals, it's almost as if they have a different personality. But when, you know, when they're all together in the same place, it's like this evil intentions come over them. You know, like it's just they. I feel like it's like maybe that is the strategy if you're a person coming to take on the TMET. In the ring as a tag team, is that if you can separate them, you know, if you can make it so that you're taking on just one of them, you stand a better chance than when they have like their unbelievable godly powers that they have to find together.
Well, I guess we're gonna find out really quickly then if you indeed have a better chance. Look at Leonardo just summon Pyro with a finger gesture. That kind of power, you know, is more than enough for one person. Goku is definitely, you know, it's better to not be against 4 Turtles gods if you can help it, but this is by no means a night off. Leonardo making fire rain down from the ceiling, making those sparks rain down, and Goku's gonna have to get in that hot toasty ring and show Leonardo what he's made of. And here we go. Big toss, big, I believe that's called a cracker jack, if I remember my Hernandez facts. But one-on-one action between two esteemed members of our tag team division, kicking off hot right now, Ben.
And currently Leonardo in control. Yep, but then as soon as you say it, that's how things work here at AHHW.
Then we should really try to target, who we want to win by just saying like, yep, the other one sure is doing well at all times. Look how great Leonardo's doing there. Using his back to absorb the kicks. Look at that. Prime form on the getting stomped on the arm. Leonardo, Ben, is on a roll.
I would doubt, Leonardo's going to kick out of everything, I think.
Oh no. Leonardo hurt us. Ben, what is that music? That sounds like one half of the team. And out comes, kind of slowly sauntering out here, former Judge Bridge champion, Mario. And, delivering the big stop to Leonardo.
Leonardo thinking Mario was coming out to talk and was not ready for that.
Nope.
And now we have a beatdown going on right now. Goku.
Oh, disqualified. Yeah, so Leonardo picks up the win for being attacked by Mario, but Ben, I've never seen someone plumber handle the turtles that way.
No, yeah. Well, I don't know what to say, Chris. Everything is not going the way it's supposed to go. And like, we're trying to have matches here tonight. We're trying to just, have like a fun wrestling show. And these superstars are out of control. People are interrupting matches. People are taking out each other backstage. All of a sudden, Samus hates Lola, or not Lola. I'm confused because I'm trying to figure out everything at once. But Samus hates Judy all of a sudden. Like, everything is topsy-turvy right now.
Yeah, I like we've said, everyone knows what's coming. It's like when you're in elementary school and summer break is coming. It's just chaos. Everyone knows the biggest show of the year, the granddaddy of them all is coming up right around the corner, and everyone's trying to make sure they're in a good spot for that show. Whether it's in the case of a Ninja Turtles, Elder Turtles, they're trying to get the attention of the tag team champions to get a title shot. Wario's trying to get a challenger off his trail. And, Mario is maybe trying to say, look, if the Turtles got your attention by attacking, I can do the same thing. I want Luigi and I to be considered for this tag team title match instead of Love Tag connection.
Well, we're going to have to figure out more about that later, but right now we have Lola Bunny here coming to the ring.
And much like her entrance music, but I don't know why. Lola glaring at the fans in the audience before taking to the mic and saying, in case all of you forgot, I am the woman who showed up on my very first night and pinned your icon, X23. And I could do it 23 more times if I had to, but I kind of thought...
X24.
But I kind of thought that you all would take notice after I did it the first time. But apparently that's not the case, because I have yet to receive the praise or the opportunities that I earned by doing that. See, I don't know if you watched the rest of the show, but in the men's division, Mr. Clean debuted and beat the champion on his first night, and he got a title shot that led to him having a title reign, and he was in the main events for months. Meanwhile, I just had to be in a grueling ladder match, and otherwise I've been absent. I haven't been booked. And maybe that's because Frazier's afraid of me beating all his top talent. But, and then before we get the rest of that thought, I think those heartbeats are telling us, Ben, that X23 is coming out to address these concerns from Lola.
Yeah, X23, a competitor that would frighten most people. But Lola Bunny, as she stated, is the one who has taken out X23. And, X23 has a lot of trouble with rabbits, if we actually look at it.
It's true, yeah. The one thing that an adamantium-laced healing factor blessed warrior might not be able to top is apparently bunnies. X23 looking poised, taking her time to address Lola. X23 saying, I'm not the type to come out and talk for an hour like you are. So I'm going to get to the point, Lola Bunny. If you want to try to make a name off of me, you beat me once, but I'm happy to give you the chance to try again. And then Lola Bunny saying, you know, if that's what I have to do, if I had to beat you again to prove that everyone should have taken notice after the first time, if that's what it would take to get it through these morons in this building's heads,
hey,
then I will beat you again, and I'll do it at the big show. And the fans chanting, she's hardcore. I can only assume they're referring to X23, trying to warn Lola what she's getting into. And X23 letting her know what she's getting into too. It's saying, look Lola, you did beat me once, and I'll give you props for it. But you're new here, you didn't see what I did in 2018. I went through Hell in a Cell matches. I went through ladder matches. I am one of the most fearsome women on this roster. And if you're gonna try to make a name off me, other people have tried and they've failed. So good luck.
Yeah, X23 has been in some of the most iconic matches in AHHWF history.
Absolutely. And Lola's saying, I'm gonna be the next person to make their name off of you, and unlike Judy Hopps, I'm not then gonna lose right after.
Harsh words from Lola Bunny. X23 coming back and saying, you know what, you got lucky one time. You know, it's just, you talk a big game. I think everybody here sees through it. They know that, you know, you don't deserve to be in the title picture because you're rude and you're just not a good wrestler.
And Lola's saying, look, whether I'm a good wrestler or not, I don't really care. Because unlike you, I'm not here to be a Alien Happy Hour Wrestling Federation chat sensation. I'm not here to make people exclaim in all caps when I win and be happy and be entertained. I'm only here to beat and embarrass people like you. And Ben, it's gonna take a hell of an effort. You know, actually, maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe this is exactly what Lola's talking about, is what I was gonna do. I was gonna say it's gonna take a hell of an effort for her to beat X23 at the big show, but Ben, to Lola's credit, she did it. In her first match, she beat X23.
You know, and there's a certain amount of you that can chalk that up to, you know, X23 not having the tape on Lola. You know, Lola had many matches to scout for X23. X23 is coming in and facing a brand new competitor. Maybe, you know, hubris. I mean, honestly, it hits everybody sometimes. You know, X23 coming off a super hot year in last season, coming in here, and I think maybe expecting to have a feel-good moment on the first show, and maybe was looking past Lola, maybe looking to Judy to try and take that title back. And I think that it proved to be a bad decision. But I think what X23 is saying is Lola doesn't know what it's like to compete at that level, to be at the you know, in the big show. Like that's a whole different energy that you have to deal with.
It is. And speaking of different energy, Ben, Lola just stamped her feet in protest and screamed at X23, "You might be a legend, but I'm a legend killer." Ben,
harsh words.
Is Lola gonna pull this off? I have to say, Ben, if Lola Bunny does succeed in defeating X23 at the big show, that's as good of an argument as any to say that you are now a legend in this division as well.
Well, and speaking of legends in this division, yes, sir, we promised you a great main event. We have a Judge Burge title match rematch. This is we're getting Beast versus Sonic. Sonic has been away from AHHWF for a while, looking on greener hill zone pastures, but decided to return to AHHWF. Do you have more information on that?
I do actually, Ben. So viewers and us as well have a lot to be looking forward to in the big show. All the matches that have already been announced, but Judge Fraser Crane, Jesus. Fraser Crane has announced something that's going to be pretty fun, I think. You know, Ben, typically on these shows, we have a battle royale to determine the number one contender to the Judge Burge Championship. But what we're getting instead of the big show is Fraser Crane has decided, look, we're going to have a battle royale for the Judge Burge Championship this time, and the members of it will be every former Judge Burge champion, as well as a Patreon pick that our audience will get to select. And so in order to give us a preview of that, we're getting this Judge Bridge Championship rewind featuring the competitors in the very first singles Judge Bridge Championship match from, I believe, Payback 2018. Sonic, if you'll remember, was the very first Judge Bridge champion, winning a Battle Royal to crown a new champion for that new belt, and then defending the belt against the Beast, and was not able to hang on to it. You know, just after becoming the first champion, the belt slipped through Sonic's gloved fingers and fell into the grasp of the Beast. So these two are squaring off again for the first time since that fateful title match, in order to give fans a taste of what's going to come in that Battle Royale at the Big Show.
Yeah, and this is incredibly exciting, you know, because Beast has been coming off such a hot streak off such a low streak, and then having that moment at the Rumble Pack where all of a sudden Beast may be back, and no better way to test that than to go against, you know, a great competitor and a former champion in Sonic. And I cannot wait for that Judge Birch match at the Big Show, that Overruled match. I mean, that's gonna be great.
Oh,
We've never seen anything like that in HHWF before.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be a tremendous match, Ben. You know, for those that keep track at home, that match will include, based on who's formerly held the title, the current champion Luigi will defend against Sonic, the Beast, his brother Mario, and then Trunks.
Yeah, you can't forget Trunks.
So that means, Ben, that Trunks is going to be double booked at the Big Show. He's going to have to compete in multiple title matches, and that's an interesting challenge for a young gun like Trunks to take on. Although he's already agreed to the match, so he's game for it. But
yeah, I mean it's Trunks. You know, Trunks believes highly of himself, and it's not a bad thing in a situation like the Big Show to, you know, have confidence in yourself, to believe that you can reach that mountaintop. And if things go the way Trunks thinks they're going to go, the way that he pictures them going in his mind, the what he's been training for, he could leave as Trunks 2 belts.
He could, absolutely could. And honestly, Ben, even if it doesn't go the way that he wants it in the Judge Birch Championship match, you know, there's a fun little fact about Saiyans in that when they lose, they only come back stronger. This could kind of be, I mean, I agree that Trunks is betting on himself to win, but it could also be a strategy of, look, even if I lose, I might get a little strength boost to take on Weird Al in the main event in my first singles men's championship opportunity.
Definitely, I mean, honestly, it's kind of a win-win for Trunks being in that match, because he could win or he could win later on in the night.
Yeah. And speaking of someone wanting to win later in the night, here comes Sonic making his happy, triumphant return, the phenomenal one, Sonic, making his return to the Gymatorium. And Ben, if I'm not mistaken, Sonic has not come back since losing to the Beast, so this is kind of a big deal to come back and face your fears of the person that made you step away for, you know, a larger portion of the year.
Yeah, well, that's, you know, upon losing the belt, Sonic, you know, took a step back and kind of, you know, figured out, you know, like, had to do a little, like, thinking and everything, and realized that they wanted to go back and spend some time with their original true love of, you know, catching coins and collecting coins. Sonic, a avid, actually ring collector, not a coin collector. I don't really know the collecting scene that well.
Yeah,
but Sonic actually loves collecting rare rings, you know, and so wanted to take a moment after the loss, you know, felt like, you know what, I need to go back to my roots and really, like, regain who I am. And so that's what Sonic did for the last year or so. But now returning here to AHHWF and could leave the Big Show a champion.
Yeah, he could be a two-time Judge Bridge champion. And Ben, tonight we're going to see if in that time away, Sonic learns to roll with the Beast's punches.
Oh, yes.
A big back body drop from the Beast, who, like you said, is really feeling himself after undoing the losing streak that he'd been on so far in 2019, with a decisive victory over Mr. Satan that earned him Mr. Satan's spot in the Rumble Pack, and then having, honestly, a great showing in that Rumble Pack match.
Yeah, didn't come away with the win, but maybe the momentum victory.
And honestly, Ben, I think it's worth noting the favor of the fans. I think people were starting to get behind the Beast. You know, like, he was nobody's favorite last year. I think we all kind of were fed up with the guy. But after watching him persevere through all those losses and then come back and perform well, I think people were kind of happy for him.
Yeah, I mean, the HHWF universe loves a good story, you know, and And people coming back from adversity is always a great story. And the Beast, obviously, in incredible control here over Sonic. Sonic, maybe a little bit of ring rust kicking in right now.
Yeah, and not even referring to the rings he's been collecting. This is a ring that he's not been familiar with for some time. And you see him trying to escape the Beast's clutches, because you mentioned overcoming adversity, Ben. And coming back from a giant electric chair drop from the Beast is a hell of a lot of adversity to have to overcome.
That's a long way to fall.
That's a long way to fall. The Beast is a large man thing with, yeah, quite the aerial advantage.
Beast going for our cover here. Brian counting, but only a 1. Maybe not even a 1. That might have been like a, 0.75 or something like that. Sonic kicking out pretty quickly. And trying to get a little momentum back against the Beast. Swinging, but not connecting. I think maybe a little dazed right now. Taking a lot of shots, and I think trying to get their head back in the game.
Oh, bang, that counter!
Sonic!
That was the coolest shit I've ever seen. Beast went to do a shoulder tackle in the corner, and Sonic popped out of the corner, and while Beast lowered his head to tackle and caught his head in the DDT, and then just rolled through with a calf killer. Oh, Ben, what is this?
Oh. Sonic feeling it right now.
A phenomenal forearm. We'll figure out a copyright-free Sonic rendition of that, but for right now, that's one phenomenal forearm to the jaw of the Beast. Ben, can he be getting his revenge on the Beast? Oh no. Beast surviving.
Ooh. Sonic thinking it's 3, but from our angle, it looks like 2.5.
And from Brian's angle, which is at the end of the day the most important, our senior official, co-worker Brian.
Oh, Beast going for a clothesline, but Sonic ducking it.
Yeah, the thing I was going to mention earlier, Ben, when Sonic had several missed attempts on the Beast in this match, I was thinking maybe Sonic going too fast for his own good.
Beast kind of out on his feet right now, but Sonic flying through the air.
Big top rope clothesline from the ball in blue. And here we go. More
Sonic's got to go fast right now.
Big Pele. Going fast indeed.
Those kicks, that's like one of the big parts of Sonic's game is that kicking ability, that lower body strength. Trying to put a submission on, but Beast's leg too long, catching the rope.
That's been something I never considered, that when you're as tall as the Beast, it's easier to get a rope break.
Green throw zone, I like that.
That's a great suggestion from the chat. And here we go. Sonic might be taking it to the green throw zone once again. It might take 2 of them move like this to take out the Beast. From one former Judge Bridge champion to the other, a green throw zone right to the face.
Sonic wisely now pulling Beast away from the ropes, going for the cover again.
And he did it.
Sonic returning to AHHWF. I think the time away did him good, and now he's looking towards the big show now. Sonic could be reclaiming that Judge Bridge Overruled Championship.
But Ben, in a match with at least 6 people in it, Sonic might have just done himself, he did himself a favor tonight by winning this match, obviously getting a W in his column and getting the winner's purse, but he might have also done himself a disservice in that Battle Royal, because now he's got a Beast-sized target on his back as he just put the Beast back on the losing streak.
Well, so, what do you think? I mean, was Beast's Rumble Pack showing a fluke? What do you think? Or is it just Beast, going up against a former champion? I mean, it's hard for anybody, regardless of how you're currently feeling about how your streak is going. It's hard for anybody to take on a former champion. What do you think?
Ben, my personal real situation from watching Beast in action tonight, I think Beast is still at the level that he achieved at the Rumble Pack. I think he's still trending towards winning again, but I think Sonic was just, Sonic had a lot to prove tonight, and he was ready to do it. He's had a lot of time to think about the fact that Beast took his very first title away from him after only a week or 2, and I think Sonic's just like grit and determination was just enough to pull out this win here tonight, and we're going to see how these two do in Battle Royal action when their former title is on the line once again.
Yeah, well, it has definitely been an exciting night tonight. A lot of new developments heading towards the big show. I gotta tell you, we only have maybe like half this card like figured out so far, as like who's challenging who and everything. But Man, the stuff that we have found out tonight, I am already excited. That's a great show all on its own.
Yeah, absolutely. X23 versus Lola Bunny, and
Android,
this Judge Burge Battle Royale.
Yeah, the Judge Burge Battle Royale. We have that 2-on-1 handicap match. Todd Howard and Skyrim 16 versus
Porting on the line.
Yeah, porting on the line. I mean, this is
you know, Ben, also, you know, before we get out of here for the night, one more thing about this Judge Burge Battle Royal. I actually heard a rumor going on backstage that the Beast himself asked for that match after how he was feeling during the Rumble Pack, you know, feeling like he's back on top of his game. You know, he has a close personal relationship with Fraser Crane, and I think he went and said, look, Fraser, I may have not done well in your Titan Showcase, but you saw how I did at the Rumble Pack. I'm feeling myself. I want to get my title back. I want to beat every other champion that's ever been. And so, you know, Beast, though, you know, taking that loss to Sonic after getting his way with that match, maybe, I don't know. We're going to see if he gets his wish.
well, we're going to find out next week, I guess, on AHHWF.
We will not find out next week. We will find out 2 weeks from now.
That is right, actually. Yeah, we're going to have to take next week off, but 2 weeks from now, we will be back with another exciting episode of AHHWF. We have to take a pit stop on the road to the big show, but we will get right back on it in 2 weeks. So we thank you all for watching. Have a nice night.